Hey y'all! So on Instagram today I said I was going to go live, and here we are. So for those of you who follow me regularly, you've been asking for some videos and I have not been available. I've been dealing with a few things that I needed to, and I needed to take a step back, but I'm ready to step forward again, and I thought I'd jump it off with this video. I have no idea what I'm doing today. I've made a couple of different colored pages. I've chopped them up. I'm kind of inspired by a piece that I did previously that is mounted on a piece of, I think this is maple. And so with this vibe in my mind, I'm going to create something else. I'm going to put this to the side. So I've chopped up a couple of these pieces just in like as a way to prepare for this video. My light is kind of shiny. Let me see. It's probably gonna shine anyways. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. I just want you guys to know that this is a wood panel. I won't tip it because then all of these pieces will fall off. But what we're going to do, what I wanted to demonstrate today, I've had a request for a couple of people asking me to show how I glue down my pieces in layers. So that's what I'm going to do today. When I first started doing videos on YouTube or watching videos on YouTube, I was always looking for ways, like, how do I go about constructing these collages? And through just trying it myself is how I learned to do it. Nobody was really showing anybody how they did multi-layers of collages. And so what I want to show today is how I do it. I don't know how many people would put a piece of paper down and then stick paper on top of it. I imagine that happens. I also think some people will paint the backs, will paint their backgrounds on their wood. They would just paint a color like white or black. I am going to do something that I think might be a challenge, but I'm going to try it anyways. I'm going to take pieces of Yupo paper that has gold on it. It's just a particular thing that I wanted. And I am going to stick them down on the wood. So I don't know that I can explain that. But for example, in this piece, the green background that I had wasn't quite big enough for me to do the whole thing. So I actually cut this piece in half, and you can see the seam right here. And then I just took these little pieces of paper and really camouflaged it so you couldn't see that that's what I did. Another larger piece that I did that with was this piece. This had 4 pieces, no, one, 2, 3 pieces of 11 by 14, I believe. And then I took pieces of Yupo paper and camouflaged the seams. So when you don't have paper big enough for a background, you can always find ways around it. Let me put it this way. So with this piece, I really have been struggling with this one all day, and I don't really know what I want to say with it. So I think I'm going to turn that music down. I think we're just going to go straight ahead and start gluing stuff down. I want to say first of all that on this wood panel, I did prep the canvas with something called GAC 100 from Golden. I did this a while ago. I prepped all my canvases one day and I just brushed it on, let it dry. What I'm going to use today is gloss super heavy gel from Liquitex. You could also use something like Mod Podge. I have also used from Art Basics soft matte gel, and I think you could even use a matte medium, because these are all used for collaging in one way or another. Okay, so in saying that, I've I've decided to go with a super heavy gloss gel. And composition is up to you. You can really do circles or squares or like whatever shapes you want. I just happen to like stripes. And this piece of art today is more of a therapeutic piece. It's just something for me to break through my I've been very uncreative lately. So I'm using this as a just get off of it already and get back into doing art. So what this ended up looking like probably actually doesn't even matter. So I'm just going to move forward, intuitively sticking down pieces of paper, and the composition will work itself out to whatever it's going to look like. So I'm just going to slide these pages down to give myself a little bit of room. I think I'm still centered. I'm going to take just, let's see, a regular paintbrush. Let's just use this one. I think I've used it already with adhesive. So I just like to take a little bit of this gel medium and I just paint it right down. And then I literally just stick my page down. Now, I didn't explain this yet, but I will right now. These pieces of paper have all been cut to a specific size so that I can, look at that piece of, a piece of that just fell right off. Came right off my paper, so look at that. Anyways, as I was saying, I took this Fiskars slicer and I cut all of these pieces either to a 1/2 or a 1/2 inch length width or a 1. So I know when I line all of these up that they are that the straight edge on this side is going to be really straight and well, mostly straight, mostly true. So, but you can play around with it. If it's not perfectly lined up, you can always go back and just fiddle around with it. There we go, just like that. So I'm just gonna stick these down. Not actually worrying too much about it. Like I said, this is just for me to get out of my funk and get creating again. I know I said on my Instagram, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I am Jady's Creative on Instagram. You can go and follow my Instagram account, and I post quite a lot there. Now, I posted today on Instagram, explained that I'd been away for a while. I said also that I had suffered a loss in my life, and I just want to explain that, you know, I hadn't lost a human. I have in fact lost a puppy that I had, Edison. I don't know if you guys had followed me before, you probably have seen Edison in the videos that I've done in the past. And so it was a real hit for me to lose him. He was very dear to me, my constant companion, and quite an emotional support for me, an outlet for me. And he hasn't been in my life, and I've been really struggling with that, and I haven't been feeling very creative lately. So today's project is supposed to be a way of breaking through that not wanting to be creative. And so I'm not trying to make a big deal about it. It's just, I just haven't made the time. I just haven't, you know, come into the art room. Just hasn't been my priority. I've started some new projects that are not art. Yeah, I just haven't been feeling it. So that said, I just want to let that go. We're just going to keep gluing down some pages. So there we go. Hitting that one right there. Whoops, hit my hair on the camera. Sorry about that. So I'm just going to yammer on. You may want to hit the volume button so you don't have to hear me. So there we go. So I'm trying not to think too much about it. I'm just trying to drop these pieces down. So as you can see, I'm just going along. I'm wiping off any excess glue. And hopefully this looks decent when it's all done. I'm going to turn that one around. There we go. Whoop, not too much. And sometimes you'll have to go back and re-glue your pieces. Oh, we need some hot pink there. No, I think we need a blue. That one. You know what I just noticed on this blue one is that this corner, well, whatever. I was going to say that corner isn't cut straight. So I think I am going to get rid of it. I'll come back to it. That one's not cut straight either. Dang it. Oh well, whatever. So I'm just keeping going here. I don't want too many of the same colors beside one another. So let's do this one right here. Now I hope that they're staying straight. There's that possibility that they'll be slightly off. But I mean, if you're that fussy about it, you shouldn't be into abstract art. Ah, what the heck. We'll just go for it. I think we need a green one. Need more gel. There we go. So none of these pieces, I haven't like sealed this alcohol ink. So once this is all glued down, I will do that. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, I will explain at the end as I keep going here. I just want to get these pieces glued down. I think right here I'm going to do a big piece. Like a longish piece, like this one. I'm just gonna put it right there, kind of as a, there. I think like I'm gonna do 3 larger pieces here. And then I'm also checking for the side to be square. That's my reasoning for that, because I want to make sure that I'm not like going off center, which it still could be, but I'm hoping that that will give it that sense of straight again. Let's see what we got. But no, I think we need a super hot pink, just like that. I'd like to put another one in there. And just like so. There we go. And then, yeah, it's really, there we go. It's really nice to kind of be back in the studio doing something creative. Yeah, I don't know. You get sort of stuck when you allow your emotions to just rule you. And so, I don't know, I'm just really happy to be back here talking to you guys. So I hope you find that this is this video is instructional, and I hope that this is what you guys were asking for. And if not, you want to see something different, you just give me a comment. Ooh, I just don't know what to do. Maybe, yeah, sure, why not? Oh, my music shut off. I hate that. I think, oh gosh, I don't know what to do. I think that the edge of this needs to get cut off though. And then I really think we need a green one. Maybe we'll do green first. Maybe like, oh, my husband was just sneezing up there. In the basement, he is upstairs. There, just like that. There we go. And so on and so on. I figure we need another orange one in here. Just like maybe like that. And maybe a purple one. Oh, look at that one. I think we better stick this guy in there before it's too late. So it's just a thin glue layer. There we go. And just trying to make sure that this is, again, this is square. There we go. Paper towel. There we go. Sticking it down. We're going to go with the yellow. This one. Like that. And we've got room for one more. What color should I pick? Well, I think we started with the hot pink. Maybe we should end with a purple. Just like so. Whoop, get off. Now you're going to want to get your brush in water if you like your brush, because it's not going to be very good. It needs to get washed. So I just have, where is it? Here. I got a bit of a plastic cup right here, and I have some water. And I'm just going to stick that in there so it doesn't harden like a rock. Just give me some time. Now, what are we doing? I did think that I was going to go all the way to the edges with this. And then I thought I want maybe to have really neutral sides, like all along the edge here, and make it all white. So I cut myself a whole bunch of these, thinking that I could do just white on the outsides. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue doing this. And then if you want to see the end result, I need you to go to my Instagram account. And so again, it's at Jady's Creative. And you can find me there, follow me, and then you will see how this turns out at the very end. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.